Hi, Michael Schuster here on behalf of the team of all types of divorce professionals here at Divorce Specialist Group. Today I'm going to share some facts about doing your own separation agreement if you're trying to save some legal fees. These days you can find almost anything you want online, including separation agreements. Occasionally people try to save money on legal fees or mediation fees by downloading or creating their own separation agreement. Agreeing on splitting assets and sharing custody seems easy if and when a couple intends to remain amicable. And although I do post a lot of information to help people through difficult and high conflict divorces, nobody is more in favor of a friendly, amicable divorce than I am. But when it comes to drafting or signing your own separation agreement, there are a lot of important factors for you to consider. The first thing I'd like to point out is regardless of whether two people agree to something, verbally or in writing, if it contradicts the law, then it can be very difficult, if not impossible, to uphold or enforce in court if the case ever comes to that. Of course, the Family Law Act is quite extensive, and if your separation agreement doesn't meet the requirements of the Family Law Act, whatever you and your soon-to-be ex agree to can be challenged or even set aside or reversed in court later on. Something else that many people don't realize is that drafting a separation agreement doesn't only have to meet the requirements of the Family Law Act here in Ontario or the Divorce Act. When it comes to properly drafting a separation agreement, contract law and sometimes case law can also factor into whatever separation agreement you create. More specifically, if it's valid and would uphold in court if necessary. That's what's important. So even if what you and your soon-to-be ex have agreed to does meet the requirements of family law, if your agreement does not meet the requirements or it contradicts the requirements of case law or contract law, your agreement might not be enforceable or basically worth the paper it's written on. So if you and your soon-to-be ex can remain amicable and reach your own agreements, then I encourage you to do that. And that would make you ideal candidates for mediation instead of hiring a lawyer for litigation. But before you sign anything, before you do anything, you should definitely still invest a little time and money towards each of you getting independent legal advice, just to make sure that whatever agreements you make remain enforceable and will uphold in court in the future if needed. If you have any questions or want any information on this topic or anything else about your divorce, Divorce Specialist Group has the best lawyers and divorce coaches and divorce real estate specialists and financial planners, life insurance brokers, all the professionals you might need through your divorce. Divorce Specialist Group has the highest vetting process, some of the best professionals I've ever had the pleasure and privilege of working with, highest integrity, and they genuinely care. So if you have questions, send us an email. All emails, phone calls, meetings, conversations are strictly confidential, and there's never any pressure, any obligation. Just send an email to info@divorcespecialistgroup.com. And thanks for watching, and we do wish you well.